What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Road to Nebula challenge on Call of Duty Black Ops 6 Zombies. Before we get into this challenge, I was wondering if you guys could subscribe to my channel. I'm aiming for 7,000 subscribers before we get to the Nebula camo. And honestly, those of you who have subscribed so far, thank you very much for your support. It's really much appreciated, and I can't wait for you guys to be more involved in my channel in the future. Anyway, let's get on with today's gun. So today's gun is the Goblin MK2. And this was by far my least favourite weapon I have used in Black Ops 6 Zombies without question. Not a very good weapon. I'll explain how it works. So essentially this gun isn't an automatic weapon like all the other assault rifles in the game. It is a single shot assault rifle thing, and it's not very good. It gave me a lot of trouble, in fact, because most weapons that I've been getting to gold camo so far on this game have taken about 2.5 hours. This gun took me between 3 and 3.5 hours because of how bad it was, and yeah, it wasn't fun. So I'm going to give credit where credit is due. The Goblin MK2 on the early rounds is actually a pretty effective weapon. The accuracy of this weapon is actually really good overall. Shooting the heads is not really much of an issue, but that's only on the early rounds, as the weapon itself gets a lot weaker as we get further into the game. So the accuracy still remains the same, but the power of the weapon significantly decreases. Because of the slow fire rate and me being bad at training all at the same time, I completely flopped on Liberty 4s on my first attempt of using this weapon. Grant, to be fair, I was using the Rampage Inducer, but this was heavily embarrassing nonetheless. But to be honest with you, I probably would have done a lot better if I had a better weapon, because this thing is hideous. You've got no idea how stressful this was. Then in my next game, I go for the Terminus Zombies map, and this thing is horrible against the amalgams. You've got no idea. Like, look, it's so weak. It's Pack-a-Punch tier 2 rarity, and to be fair, I've normally taken out amalgams pretty well with other weapons that I've used so far, but to take out the amalgam in this was really tricky. I kept having to train round over and over and over again, and because this weapon's so bad in terms of killing zombie hordes overall, it's really difficult to get a good shot at the amalgam. It's so many shots, I mean, it's actually ridiculous. This didn't cause me to die in this particular instance, but things were just taking longer in general. Like, it wasn't about survivability for me using this weapon as such. Things were just taking that much longer than they should do because of this gun alone, because of the slow fire rate and the fact that you have to actually really try your hardest to aim best you can as well with getting the critical hits. It's been a shambles, and it was very stressful. And shock horror, guess what happens? I go to the Pack-a-Punch room to Pack-a-Punch my gun to tier 3 at this point, and an amalgam's chasing me. I mean, I probably shouldn't have Pack-a-Punched at this time, but nonetheless, it was part of the carnage. There was an amalgam chasing me, manglers, loads of zombies. It could be due to me playing badly, but the fire rate of this weapon was just so bad. It was really hard to kill the amalgams and the manglers without getting myself severely damaged and trapped very easily. So as you can see, I go down here as my first death, and I knew straight away that this game was over. I knew I was not coming back from this because I had Quick Revive and Juggernaut, and obviously they're the two better perks I have, but I didn't have Deadshot, which obviously increased my critical hit damage. And I'm not gonna lie, this gun without Deadshot is absolutely horrendous. So if you are running this weapon for whatever stupid reason other than camos, then get Deadshot. It's an absolute necessity. But yeah, I stayed in the Pack-a-Punch room for a bit longer because I knew this was the only place I could go for now, because if I went anywhere else I would have been doom and gloom. But yeah, the amalgam was there, and I knew straight away it was running at me so quickly I wasn't killing this thing. It wasn't happening, and yeah, look, it's just terrible. And then boom, a mangler kills me anyway. So yeah, I mean, if I played Liberty 4s I might have survived a bit longer in this case, but Jesus, this is stressful. And that game, we went on for over an hour, and I know it was only around 20 odd, but it's just because of how slow the gun is. So I got bored of my own company, and I joined a public lobby, and we had a game of bowling together. It was really, really fun actually. My score wasn't great in the bowling game. I got a score of like 200. Probably could have done a bit better to be fair, but I didn't have a clue how the bowling mechanics worked until later on when I realised you have to hold the ball into to get the maximum amount of power. But you know, you live and you learn, and yeah, that's about it really, because this game didn't last very long after that, as we all died and I made hardly any progress on my weapon. I don't know what was going on. So, yeah, I'm only on 1,000 critical kills at this point, and this is my next game after the public game, so things are just not going my way at all. And it's not the issue of being able to survive, it's just getting the headshots consistently with that rate of fire without getting swarmed every 2 seconds, so it knocks you off a bit massively. The Manglers, the Abominations, the Amalgams on Terminus and Liberty Falls makes this super, super challenging. But I was getting really frustrated at this point because I was tired, because normally I'm actually done with the weapons around about this point. It normally takes me 2 to 3 matches, most weapons, and this gun wasn't having any of that. It wanted to push me to my limits. It was just dreadful. But yeah, I'll let you know how this game actually goes. So surprisingly enough, I actually got to round 35 in this match, and this is actually my highest round in Liberty Falls. Now, before you guys get at me in the comments saying you suck at zombies, da 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 da, but when you're going for camo grinds, it's a lot more difficult on this game compared to, let's say, whipping out the ray gun or the jet gun. Like, the weapons on this game, when they're legendary tier 3 pack-a-punch past round 30, become more or less unusable, and this is definitely the case for this weapon. This match went on forever, and I mean forever. The vermin rounds took forever, killing a zombie was a pain in the backside. It was awful, honest to God. Like, I'll even show you gameplay of this round now. So this is how long it can take to kill a zombie, and it's not a fun process. It's multiple shots, and as you can see, because of how high we are in the game, it's the 30s, there's mangles everywhere as well, which doesn't help whatsoever. There should be some gameplay of me shooting in a second, but I train the zombies best as I can, and just look, it's not great. Like, I'm shooting at the head for these zombies, and normally it's a lot faster on most weapons, but this is very slow. Look on the heavy zombies, man. If you shoot the body, you finish. You have to aim for the head, regardless if you go for headshots or not. But by the way, I did get the 2,000 critical kills in this game, which is a really big achievement. But guess what? We're still not done with the challenges, because this game was not letting me have that success either. Then finally, on my next game that I just decided to load up, I used the Rampaging Juices to speed up the process. It took a while, but I got the Mystic Gold Camo, and this was so glad it was over. You should have seen my face. I was knackered at this point. I was fed up of the weapon, and because of how slow it was, it made the gameplay experience really enjoyable, and I will never, ever, ever be using this weapon again in zombies. Mark my words. It was an awful experience, and I hope I never have to use it again. Anyway, guys, that'll be it for today's video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.